morning, YouTube. It's 3 a.m. Sunday morning. Had a guy call, said he's in the ditch, truck and trailer. I think he's, the intersection sounded familiar, like I've done a few from this intersection down here by Beaver Dam. It's like, I don't know, 25 miles south of us, so we'll see if, I don't think it's stuck real bad. We'll see if there's any issue getting paid. I gave him a price. Told it, usually a pick and swing situation for us in our area is about $1,270, or about $1,000. And I told him $1,275 because he's 25 miles south of us. He said, man, I thought it'd be $500. I'm like, well, at the time when he called, like, it's 2 o'clock on Sunday morning, but you need me to bring a very expensive piece of equipment to fix your pickle at 2 o'clock on Sunday morning. $500 ain't worth it. So I told him, so feel free, call a few places around. It's probably the best price you're gonna find. And he must have called a few places because he ended up calling back. So hopefully it's not an issue getting paid and all that, but like I said, I'm pretty sure I've done a few in this intersection over the years. I see some flashers up there. That's probably him. It's down here. US 30's right over here, so that's probably where he was trying to get to. There's a bunch of truck stops and stuff up there. So yeah, I see some reflective tape there, so that's got to be him. I'm surprised law enforcement hasn't been by, but it is 3 o'clock in the morning, so. He said his tire is barely off the road, but we'll be the judge of that. Yeah, it's just a classic pick and swing situation. Hey, he wasn't even close to making that turn. Not even close. That's alright. That's okay. My other camera, I'm trying to do more different angles and stuff. I forgot my belt. Anybody that knows me knows I don't like not having a belt. How much weight's in the trailer?
Probably like 40-something thousand pounds.
40,000?
They ain't got no lights out here, man.
Yeah, this is a common intersection for this to happen.
And down the street is where you're supposed to turn at, right?
Yeah.
So I was right there.
Yep. Uh-oh.
Nah, this happened. I ain't having a good day.
Feel naked without a belt on. He said 40-some thousand. I better put some snatch blocks in. What are all those open for? 12-ton snatch box, 3/4 inch line on the 50-ton here. I understand what they always take pictures of me for. I guess I can't complain because I'm taking video, but if it's 3 o'clock in the morning, who are they showing that to? Or are they taking pictures thinking that I'm gonna break something? I don't know. Cold again, I guess. There you see, you could have made that. Not today. Oh, too old. $500. Yeah, well. You got the brakes set? Set the brakes, yep. Some power lines there, so we don't want to get too much stick out, but there is, usually I just slide these out, but there is a pretty good lip there. Those are high speed, we don't want that. Pretty good lip of the road there, so I want to get some lift. too much chain there, but that's all right. Hey boss, don't stand there. Standing right in the line of fire, my friend. There we go. Magic. That's it.
Swapping it out.
What's that?
Should I keep going straight or back out?
You can go straight.
I'll go straight?
Yeah.
There's another ditch down there?
No, you're turned onto another road kind of like this. Going from a small road to a big road, you're okay.
I'd be better off just backing up and just
You
going.
could straighten out here, back across,
Yeah,
and then go down
that
there.
way. That's my best bet. Before you leave, can you give me some light here?
Yep.
I appreciate it.
No problem.
Yeah, man, you like the Crusader, man. You like the Batman.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? You come out here and save the truck drivers.
Yep.
You was in the armed forces? Nah?
Nope, not me. They said his other quote was $2,500. $2,500 for that's a bit steep. I mean, I guess if you're gonna have 4 hours in it, most heavy winch rates around here. Ours is 450. A lot of people's is 500 to 550. But it's not that far. As usual, it takes you longer to get the payment process than it does to actually do the job. $2,500 is.
Going now?
Not yet. I gotta put my stuff away. You can go ahead and get straightened up though. We charge $12.75 for that, which is fair. Like I said, usually if these are in the Findlay area, we do them for around $1,000, which seems fair to me. And I know the guy wanted cheaper. He said, I'm in the wrong business, you know. I get it, you know. You don't want to pay the money for your mistake, but you're also asking someone to come fix your problem at 2 in the morning on a Sunday using a $800 to $1,000 piece of equipment, or $800 to $1 million piece of equipment. Costs money, you know. But anybody that would have done a pick and swing on a fully loaded tractor trailer for $500, and maybe somebody in the country would have, but definitely not around here, and definitely not us. I'm not doing it for that cost. Shine some light on this other road for him so he can get backed up. Nice guy. Like I said, I get it. You know, I'm glad he wasn't. I mean, his card declined a few times. He had to try a few different things, but nice guy. I don't blame people. I know everything's a struggle nowadays. You know, it's hard for truck drivers, hard for small business owners. But like I told you, I need to figure out a way to record my phone calls so y'all can hear some of the conversations I have with customers. Said he was he's gonna put her in the ditch again, trying to make it out of here. Don't do that. I got all my stuff put away. Yeah, he's good. He said, you know, he had called. He told me where he was, and I told him $12.75, just because he was not out of our area, but typically we don't. Usually, like winch outs, you're doing them within a few miles of your home location. People don't want to pay to come to them. It's more cost effective to find a local. Well, there's really not anyone local. So, but anyways, you know, if you're in a spot where there's obviously not a tow company right next to you, you're gonna have to pay somebody to come to you. So he had called whoever. I have my suspicions over who that was. They quoted him $2,500. That is not a $2,500 job in my opinion. It's not my business what the other people charge. It's my business what we charge. So. it was worth $1,200 in my book for the time involved. So usually, for people that aren't familiar, maybe I don't know if I've talked about this or not, I think for most of the industry now, you have a minimum, you have like a 2-hour minimum. So like when you quote people, you give them the 2-hour price. Because, I mean, most of the time you're going to, even if it's right down the road from here, by the time you, and it's port to port, so from the time you leave your location till the time you get back to your location. So you're going to have at least an hour in it, over an hour, so 2 hours. So like I said, it's usually about $1,000 close to us, $975, depending how they pay. If you got a credit card fee on there or not. So we charge, you know, cover the percentage to the processing fee. Some companies will, you know, if their credit card processing fee is 3%, they will charge 5% extra to cover that, and then they're making some money on the credit card fee. I don't feel right doing that. Maybe that's an industry standard thing that I should be doing. I don't agree with it, but maybe it's something we should look into. I'm not sure, but this doesn't seem right to me, to make money off of that. You know, I'm trying to maximize your revenue off of everything you do, obviously, but I don't think you should make money off of that. So maybe I'm wrong. Comment, anybody that's in not even this business, but you know, different businesses, how you handle the credit card processing fees and all that. Like, are you charging just the actual cost of processing the payment, or do you charge 1 or 2% extra to make a little bit on top of that? I'm curious. Like I said, it doesn't seem right to me, but maybe I'm open to being wrong, because I'm wrong a lot. So I don't even know how I got, you know, oh yeah, the 2-hour minimum thing. So usually you quote a 2-hour minimum on a tow or winch out, or this is for heavy. For light duty, it's a much quicker process. Where you going, boss? Oh yeah, he's taking all the turns wide now. He ain't taking no chances. Good for him. So light duty stuff is usually quoted at an hour, because most of the time it's an hour deal. You know, you can load a car a lot quicker than you can a big truck, or even a winch out on a car is usually a pretty quick process. That stuff's quoted at an hour. Big truck stuff is a 2-hour minimum. So by the time I left, drove down here, did the job, you know, messed around for 15 minutes with the payment, put stuff away, drove back, and I'll have an hour and a half in it, hour and 45. So worth $1,200 is fair in my mind for that. Although I'm thinking now, it's like, well, hell, if the other people quoted 25, I could have quoted him 2,000 and then. But and been okay. But I'm not gonna. I don't want to do that. You know, I try to quote what I think is fair for the job. I don't want to. And again, maybe I'm not a good business person. I'm still new at all this. Always just been, you know, I was an employee just for a long time, and I try to do what I think is right. But also, you know, every business is, you got to make money to survive, and this is how I provide for my family. And we have, you know, 7 full-time employees now for the towing that rely on all this. So I got to, you know, those decisions have to, how am I trying to explain this? Those decisions have to help keep everything going, because those guys provide for their families as well. So maybe I should be a little more cutthroat. I don't know. I'm not going to undercut other companies that, you know, I try to have some integrity with stuff. So maybe that's not the right thing. Maybe that'll change in the future. But for right now, I try to, what Jeff always says, the owner, do the right thing because it's the right thing to do without money being involved, period. So I try to do that, you know. So in my mind, I think I did the right thing, you know. The guy called, told me where he was. I quoted him the price that we would normally do it for. Now, if he would have called and said, so-and-so down the road quoted us this, can you do it for cheaper than that? I don't want to get into that stuff, you know. And I know there's people that do that. You know, we've had customers, they'll get a quote from us and then call the other folks around and say Flag City said they would do it for this, knowing that they're going to get undercut for that. Which is fine, good for them. They're getting the cheaper service. Cool, bad for them. But I don't want to do that stuff. So, anyways, it's 3:57 a.m. This is one of those weird calls where it was like right smack dab in the middle of the night, so I might as well just stay up. I'll I don't know, maybe go to the gym and just stay up, because if I try to go back to sleep, I'm gonna lay there forever, and then by the time I do fall back to sleep, it'll be daylight. I can't sleep when it's daylight out. So, but I'll head back. We released a video yesterday, the one with the hydraulic cylinder. I think it was a pretty cool video. It wasn't, you know, it was a unique deal. Reminded me of the Final Destination movies. I haven't looked at the views. That's the thing I do when I started doing it, I don't know, maybe 6 months ago, because I do get, you know, I'm competitive with myself, and I'll get down on myself if a video's not doing well, or I get frustrated because, you know, I think it's going to do well and it doesn't. So I'll respond to the comments. So usually when you release the video, the day of is when you get the most comments. So I'll respond to the comments. I won't look at the views for a week or so, but I can kind of tell with how many comments are coming in, like how the video's doing. And it was, you know, on average. So, which is fine. I haven't had that big video in a long time, which is also fine. I'm still thankful that Bluffton accident video from last year is still my highest producing, views-wise, revenue-wise. People still watch it, which is cool. So, you know, the pick and swing type deal I've done, I don't know, at this point there's probably a dozen videos of doing a pick and swing on the channel. It's usually the same kind of deal. Sometimes they get a little hairy and they're leaned way over. That is pretty standard one there. Nothing extravagant. So, anyways, I'm gonna quit rambling. Get headed back, go home, change, go to the gym, or lay on the couch. I don't know. We'll see. So appreciate everybody watching. Like and subscribe. Actually, one more thing. I just seen this one channel I watch called Gen 2 Garage. Some young kids that do I'm into drag racing and stuff, and they're local here in Ohio, but they just hit 100,000 subscribers and they had the plaque and everything. So it was really cool. You know, I'm looking forward to doing that when we get there. Like I said, that'll be a pretty good accomplishment for my kids. And unfortunately, I had planned on when it happens to do a video with them, but I can't put them on videos anymore, so I'm not sure how to integrate them into that, but I know they'll be excited to see it when we get that plaque, that silver play button they call it. So I appreciate everybody sharing and subscribing and all of that. And 60% of the people watch this stuff on TV. So I don't think you can subscribe from a TV. So I guess people, if you're watching it on TV, if you take the time to jump on your phone and subscribe, I would greatly appreciate it. That's a milestone that I'm been hoping to get to. I thought it would happen a lot quicker, honestly, because the first 80,000 subscribers came pretty quick, and then it slowed way down, which, again, 80,000 is crazy. I'm very thankful for it. So, but just the way it was progressing, I was like, well, hell, by the end of last year is when I thought it would happen, and it slowed way down, and here we are, almost August of 26, and still haven't got there, you know. Anyways, so anybody watching on TV, if you would kindly subscribe on your phone, I would greatly appreciate it. Share the videos if you find it entertaining. Leave a comment, ask me a question. Like I said in the last one, if I don't answer a question, ask it again or email me. YouTube, the app doesn't always show me the comment. It shows me a lot of the comments, but sometimes one will pop up that I somehow missed, or it didn't pop up as a notification. So if you have a question and I did not answer it, ask it again, make sure I see it, and I will definitely get back with it. So appreciate it, everybody. Thank you.